Well, I'm just on a roll, so I'm just going to keep going because I have much that I'd like to share. And this first one is another final update just of stuff that I bought. I've just recently gotten some things I'm just so happy to get. Radiohead, Super Collider, The Butcher, and I just love this cover. I mean, I actually, in the context of a single, really like Super Collider a lot better. Of course, I've really warmed up to the record. The other thing I picked up today that I'm really pleased about is Tom York's new single. And this is Feeling Pulled Apart by Horses, B-side The Hollow Earth. Look at that cover. Yeah, Tommy knows how to do it. It's not just the packaging. Thankfully, the man makes good music, you know. I definitely very seldom buy something just because of the packaging. Tom York, you know, it took me a while to get into the Eraser, but once I got it, it was like, okay, I'm with you, bro. So I was glad to get this. I was showing my Zappa, but I couldn't wait to. Oh, jeez, I got a bunch of stuff. I don't know if I've shown this. Picked this up recently. Melvin's Isis split 12-inch. I don't know if I showed this, but I been loving the Melvins forever, and I would see Isis records, but I had not actually ever heard Isis, and really like this. I understand they've broken up, but really like this. Really like this record, Melvin's Isis split. I gotta keep going because I picked up a couple of things I'm really pleased with. As I told you, I'm collecting the BYG Actuel label out of France, and one of the harder ones to acquire is the Steve Lacy Moon album, and I finally acquired one. I think I got this through Discogs. I would like to thank Infinite Groove because I never really seriously considered buying from Discogs until he talked about doing it. I knew that records were available through there, but so thanks, Infinite Groove, Anthony. So really pleased to add this one to my collection, and it's an original. It's not a reissue. I don't know that this one has been reissued. Steve Lacy is quite an intense jazz saxophonist, primarily working in free and improvised settings, and he is very, very, very creative, very good. He does not waste your time. Picked up a couple more albums. Oh, jeez, I picked up several things. Well, here, I went ahead and bought this, used, The Family Dog. I remember seeing not this one, but the other one, The View from Roland's Head, which was credited to The Family Dog, but primarily about Steve Rowland, this guy here. And then the other guy is Albert Hammond, who went on to have the big hit, It Never Rains in Southern California. Now this is a 180-gram reissue of the album that originally came out, I think, in 1970. I went ahead and picked it up because of the fact that 3/4 of Led Zeppelin are the studio musicians on here. Jimmy Page, John Paul Jones, and John Bonham all play on here. Now, of course, this is light MOR, middle-of-the-road pop stuff. But what I've always liked about that genre is how you can, within that genre, completely magical songs can be written. I'm not saying that that's the case here, but when I put it on, I really liked it right away. They apparently had a hit with a song called A Way of Life over in England. And on here they do a version of In the Ghetto, which was a hit for Elvis Presley, written by Mac Davis. This is a pleasant listen, actually, and it's also just cool for me in a trivia sense, in that there's Albert Hammond. It never rains in Southern California. I didn't realize that's okay. That's his background. A band that I love that I got turned on to a long time ago. Bought the records when they first came out. When I had the religious breakdown, I sold them because the music was so intense and dark, and at that time I was thinking it was evil. And I just recently reacquired some Art Zoid on vinyl. And this music is indeed dark and intense, Le Marriage de... I can't say it. I think it's the marriage of earth, air, and fire. Um, Big Star 1000, if you see this one, please translate. But Artzoid, a French band, started back in the 70s. Avant-garde, jazz, and classical combined. An extremely original band. I cannot think of any other band that sounds like Artzoid. They associated themselves with, or I first heard about them through their association with the rock in opposition movement or brand or label. I think it was Henry Cow, groups like that, rock in opposition, Universe Zero, Artzoid, the Muffins, Art Bears, Aksak Mobile, bands, just cool stuff. So I picked that one up, and I also got another one. I got Berlin. And this is really excellent, excellent, excellent music. Just shy of being modern, contemporary, classical music. It has such an edge. And the way that they use keyboards along with stringed instruments and percussion and synthesizer, very striking. Very striking. Yes, much of their music has been married to dance and theatrical productions. I've never had the opportunity to see this band play, but apparently when they play live, it's always a happening. It's an event. They stage an event. It's more than just the music. It's an event. So really happy to get the Artzoid back in my collection. Big Star 1000 showed this, and I flipped seeing a copy on vinyl, and so he let me know that, yeah, it's been reissued, and I ordered it right away. This is the Outsiders album, CQ. This is so cool. This is as much psychedelic as it is punk before punk. Really edgy and crazy, crazy songs. This is great. Thanks for the tip, Big Star 1000. I just got this in the mail. I think I'll do one more for sure. Harvey Mandel. This is one of his early solo albums. Games, Guitars, Play. He still looks like a kid in the picture. Look at that. Now, Harvey is a bluesy player, and as I've said many times, I really am not a blues fan. But his tone and his phrasing, the way that Harvey plays, I know it's Harvey right away. He's done session work with people, and I recognize his playing right away because it just kind of strikes something in me. There's a way that he pulls on those strings that really talks to me. So even though it's a blues-based sound, I love Harvey's playing. Games, Guitars, Play. So I picked this one up. Let me see if that's all I have that I haven't shown. Because this is my stack down here. I think I need to keep going. I don't think I've shown everything. Bear with me, folks. I'm just making sure here. I know we're coming up on the 10-minute mark. And that's definitely, I don't want to make you say, yeah, see, I knew I had more. Okay, I picked this one up. It had been at my store forever, and I looked at it and it looked kind of interesting, but I could also tell, oh, that isn't really going to be good, but it's still kind of cool. The New York Electric String Ensemble. This is called Tapestry. Probably came out in the maybe 1970, maybe. And it's stuff like Bach, with guitar and harpsichord and stuff, and they give it a slightly modern twist for the time, but it's also kind of no offense, but it's kind of white bread. You know what I mean? It's proper, but it's like, well, why did you even do this? I mean, it's kind of like, well, someone had the idea that, hey, wouldn't this be cool if we did this? And so they did it, and it's like, thankfully since then it's been done by others with feeling. I'm going to look and see if I have anything else to show. Yes, I do. I still need to listen to this, but Alban Berg, Anton Webern, and Schoenberg, pieces by these cats. Robert Kraft conducting the Columbia Symphony Orchestra. I did pop this on for just a little bit, and even with just a cursory listen, I could hear how dynamic and good this is. So just grab this too. All right, I'm going to stop there. I'll talk to you in a minute.